All right, Coach, coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports brings us to Southern California and Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and our home team. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Set! 180! Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Let's go. Mike's about 9.
Now a first down throw. Stafford.
Here we go.
And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, second and 10.
Double right.
Throwing again. Stafford. This one taken in by Olabisi Johnson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
The tackle by Eric Armstead. From the 45 on second down, Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Alert! 53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. Come on, 3, 2.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback.
Ready? Blue way. 57 to Mike. Squeeze, squeeze, double, double. Hey, check Mike. 57.
Now the third leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. And some room to roam now. 30, past the 20, and all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Nick Chubb, an 80-yard touchdown, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Throwing is Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
It's second down.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Stafford now to throw. That one complete to the former Seminole, Auden Tate. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. The first down carry here for Johnson. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Out of the gun, Stafford. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
A gain of 7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Here comes Grant on the return. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. A first down throw for Winston. And his throw is incomplete. He was out there waving his arms saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first. Jameis now on first down. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Jameis to throw it. He rifles one that's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure.
Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Following the interception, Winston. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. On the counter, here's McCoy. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
3rd and long for Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Solomon Thomas, they'd love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. A gain of 3, 2nd down. On 2nd and 7, Stafford, he's got his man. This is Tate. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. After 1, it's 9-0.
Push him back. Push him back.
Chargers 9, Steelers nothing.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Check. 59.
From the 50 at Stafford. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They're going draw play. Stafford to Johnson. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one quick.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Sione Takitaki brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. And the Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now Stafford. He gets this one to Johnson. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. And Butker able to put this one through. And they are on the board. It's now 9-3. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. A toss play to Chubb. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
And he fires one that's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And it's up and good.
Makes the score Steelers 10, Chargers 9.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at his 4. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They'll start the drive with a carry by McCoy. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Devon Godchaux up to make the tackle. On second down, it's McCoy. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves him with third and just a couple.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and it may be a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
Winston on 3rd and 2. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Here's McCoy. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Winston. Got Gordon open, completes it. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. Well, they've got it down to the 3, but now this is 3rd and goal. Here's Winston. And he is going to be stopped on the return at his own 3-yard line. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
So a poor return exacerbated by a holding call makes this 1st and 10 back inside their own 5. A little bit of space there for the 1st down run, as that's going to get them about 5 yards. Yannick Ngakoue in on the stop. 2nd and 5 now. Stafford, they almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Stafford. And Tate's got it. And he will have the 1st down as he's up to his 17-yard line. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. 2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On 1st down, it's Stafford. He's got his man. It's Andrews. Little power on the move that time, but still tackled shy of the 20. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
To throw is Stafford. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
A gain of
Fifth catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Stafford. He completes it to Tate. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Kerryon Johnson, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10.
40 got.
To throw again, Stafford. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Ready? Hey, 5-0. Check. Hey, Delta. Check.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Intended for Josh Reynolds. Incomplete. Minka Fitzpatrick on the coverage.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again. Stafford dancing to his left. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Butker's kick here is good. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest, as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way. And
touchdown, L.A. LeSean McCoy, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes this a 9-point game. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
260.
First down, Steelers.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. Over the middle, complete. That's Andrews. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll run it with Johnson. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They go to Johnson again. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Now a play fake here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw again, Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Yannick Ngakoue has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
And it's 3rd down. 3rd and long.
Set 250. Set 53. I got you. I got you.
3rd and long. It's Stafford. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
The Charger drive about to get going, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
At the 25-yard line.
Green, Timothy. Let's go.
Now Winston. Looking deep for Gabriel. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Throwing, Winston. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. And taken right on the 30. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist.
And that's caught inside the 35. Give him 32 on the play. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. The safety, Landon Collins, there to make the tackle. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Bravo!
From the 30 on second down, Stafford. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
And Winston lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
57's the mic. 57.
On third down, Winston. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Anderson Dejo. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will get them one closer. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going.
That's what I do. Check 24. Hey. 5 on the 5.
Back to it after the pick 6. Winston. He finds his target, Beckham. The 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. Oh, he's got some breathing room. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, and all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the night. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes this a 9-point game. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4.
Hey, 70! Check, crunch.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He finds his man Johnson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Stafford now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Here's Stafford. Oh, look at the juke. That's into the hands of Reynolds. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46.
10.
Throwing again is Stafford. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. Stafford going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Again, it's Stafford. Complete. It's Johnson. Oh, no, he lost the football. And picked up by the Chargers. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. He finds an opening past the 40. And a cutback, right sideline. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And that one could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead.
36, Steelers 20. Sam Martin set to kick off.
So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Coming to you.
And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
A throw over the middle, taken in. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. A gain of 6 there on first.
53, Mike 53.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Stafford. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty. They were looking for Johnson that time. They begin this drive with Chubb. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play that time out of Chubb. Give him 55 yards on the ground.
1st down. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. The carry here for the big tight end. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on 2nd and goal.
You can't block me. You can't.
Here's Beckham now. It's a jet sweep. And he will get in. Scarlett across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 9th touchdown of the season. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Gay is on for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Those short little routes probably going to be open. The defense, they'll let those happen, especially when they can make an inbounds tackle.
Yeah, where's Coach Madden when you need him? He always talked about taking what the defense gives you, but sometimes you have to know when you have to take more. That was one of those situations.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
On the ground, it's Chubb. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
It's been a long day for you.
This is Scarlett on the carry. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the 4th.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed, like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. They'll run it with Scarlett. He will push his way down to about the 14. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blow. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Now Scarlett, and he's in for a Charger touchdown. Jordan Scarlett with his first career NFL touchdown as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will extend this big lead.
Chargers 50, Steelers 20. Sam Martin set to kick off.
So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Stafford, and they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
First down, Steelers.
Mike. Exit. Middle. 53's to Mike. Hey, Foxtrot.
On first down, Stafford here. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And that will write a finish to this ball game. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the home team here, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night, everybody.